You're watching a special all-women's edition of Inside Indiana Business. I'm guest host Sara Croft, Senior Director of Communications at TechPoint. Funding has been all the buzz for Bloomington-based startup, the Bee Corp. The ag tech company recently landed $250,000 from the National Science Foundation and Indianapolis-based Elevate Ventures. For more on how this money will be utilized and what's new in the world of beekeeping technology, let's turn to CEO Ellie Symes. Ellie, thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.
Why don't you start by telling us a little bit more about why you founded the Bee Corp?
Yeah, so we founded the Bee Corp because of the problems associated with hive loss. We have half the hives in the US that we had in 1960. So when I founded this company, I had read some interesting studies that had used sensors to research beehives. And I thought that those would be really interesting to actually apply to industry and solve practical problems for beekeepers. And so that's been the main business model since we've started.
Wow, that's fascinating. Can you tell us a little bit more about how your product actually works, how the software was created, and what talent it might possibly take to get that thing up and going?
Yeah, so we put sensors in beekeepers' hives. It's IoT sensors, Internet of Things, and those sensors actually communicate to our cloud database, and then we have algorithms that run and analyze the data. So you're kind of combining a lot of different aspects of technology. And so we partner with a hardware company, NimbeLink, for the sensors. For the software, we've worked with a software development firm in Bloomington, but we also had to hire all the data scientists and analysts internally. And that was definitely a challenge. We have partnered with IU and Extern and have done a lot of internships through IU, and we'll have our first Extern this summer. And that's all data science related internships. And for hiring full-time, we ended up posting the job first on Indeed and LinkedIn and got over 600 applications.
Wow.
It was completely overwhelming. And so as we were filtering through those, we realized that we really needed to focus on quality. So instead of kind of casting the net broadly, I ended up picking a few data science programs in the country that I thought were really teaching their students well. And that's where we got our first hire. Gretchen Riggs came from Galvanize program that we had targeted.
That's amazing. That's great to hear how you're solving some of our agricultural challenges through data. And it appears that investors and funders are also quite interested in how you solve these problems too. You just received a $225,000 grant from the National Science Foundation. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit more about what you plan to use the funding for.
Yeah, so this is to research pest and disease detection in the hive. So we have two products that currently help beekeepers detect problems in their hives, but we really wanted to focus on this pest and disease issue. Varroa mites are the biggest issue in beekeeping right now. A lot of money gets spent on testing beehives and treating them for this mite, and so we're hoping to kind of make that process a little bit more efficient. So this grant allows us to do that R&D. It allows us to hire data scientists to analyze that data and to finish off our software as well.
Fabulous. And this isn't the only grant that you've received so far. You've had additional funding from the Indiana Small Business Development Corporation. Why don't you talk to us a little bit more about the other funders that have gotten you along to where you are today?
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a lot of Indiana resources we've used. So even with the NSF grant, we used IEDC and Elevate to actually, they matched the grant and gave us $50,000. So that actually will help make sure that grant gets further along. And we also worked with ISBDC on their mentor program grant. So that actually funded the software development that's going to kind of be wrapped around the research we're doing.
Fabulous. Well, we are super excited to hear that you've been nominated for one of our TechPoint Mirror Awards in the Rising Star category. Another congratulations for you.
Thank you.
What does it mean to you to see that your name is among those list of other individuals also nominated for the award?
I mean, I'm extremely honored. It's always a little weird to have my name be up there because obviously my team is amazing and are the reason we've gotten this far, and that includes, the people I'm working with every day in the office, but also our mentors and advisors. So it's always a little weird to have me up on a pedestal, but we're all very excited at the Bee Corp. We just celebrated our 2-year anniversary 2 days ago, so things are going really well, and I think the Mirror Awards kind of and captures kind of where we are in our company and the growth we've had. So I'm extremely honored.
Yeah, congratulations on the nomination, Ellie, and we're
you.
excited to see where the company goes from here.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.